I like to use my artwork to kind of reflect a lot of my emotions, a lot of my feelings, a lot of my mental health.
Some days I'm not okay, and that's okay. And I deal with anxiety. I feel like I can't breathe half the time. That doesn't define who I am, but I still run a business, a successful business, and I believe his art helped create that conversation.
My name is Sean Koss. I am the co-owner and artist behind the brand Any Means Necessary.
Michael Nimitz. I am the co-owner of Any Means Necessary. Any Means Necessary is more than a saying to us, it's a lifestyle. We started the business in my basement on $200 and we turned it into $1 million company by being relentless, never taking no for an answer. And we did everything we could to follow our dreams.
The whole concept was taking dark art and mixing it in with the streetwear fashion, and no one's really doing that. I feel like we're one of the only brands that actually has emotion, meaning behind the stuff that we're putting out. We're not trying to fit a mold. It's always been our own path. So the brand's kind of a reflection of that. Dark art's obviously just a subjective term. To me, it's just art. It's just my type of artwork. I just kind of create how I feel. And so it's not really creepy to me. It's more of like therapeutic art. Art is in the eye of the beholder, so it might be dark to one person, it might be very touching to someone else.
We started the LLC in like 2014, and we had no idea what we were doing. At the end of 2016, he started doing a mental illness series in October. It was called Inktober Illness, and it did a different mental illness depiction every day of the month. People were very excited, so then we started making posters of them, and that's when we started getting traction.
We literally stumbled upon all of this all by accident. We have no background. We have no business being in business, to be honest.
I was a cable guy, he was a nursing student.
Yeah, but like the last 3-4 years, you would have no idea that we have no real business backgrounds. It was just two friends making cool stuff. That's all we ever wanted to do. But now it's like we're holding conversations with people who are $10, $20 million companies, big fashion brands that he can sit down and actually have a conversation and not be like, what does that mean? What does that mean?
We did a lot of fake it till you make it in the beginning, and
we've always fallen forward, which is nice. We've never fallen backwards. Every year's always been better.
I want to be a motivational story for people to know that I deal with anxiety, depression, stressed out all the time, but you still can do what you want to do. You don't have to follow the paths that everyone else traveled.
Knowing that at the end, we built this on something that shouldn't have been successful. And that's super motivating to me. We are so spiteful that we're being told you can't be successful in Ohio. We're like, okay, cool, we'll figure that out. And being a $1 million clothing brand direct to consumer with dark art and streetwear fashion with no business background, I feel like we're doing something right.
IdeaStream Public Media receives support from PNC Bank, which has made a home in the heart of Cleveland by investing in businesses, communities, and people. Focusing on giving back is part of an ongoing commitment to the communities that PNC serves. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.